The two presidential candidates of the APC and the AD stay at loggerheads as Atiku Abubakar they come under strong attack from the presidency concerning what he talk about subsidy removal. Atiku Abubakar granted an interview where he said that he would return subsidy. And the presidency don't blast and look at you, you don't even know anything. This is to show that you don't know anything. Meanwhile, a lot of drama they happen with that subsidy. The Minister for Finance say, oh, we don't save about 15 trillion naira so far for the subsidy. And people are asking, where is the money? While others are saying, well, there's a reaction that you're not supposed to ask us what we did with that money. What kind of reaction is that if that reaction is true? That now waiting people they talk. And in all of this, well, they say not to hold our state governors accountable because the presidency or the federal government take just 5% and local government and states now share the rest of them. So even at that, people still they talk, say, they pay subsidy, but in another name. So why that goes can happen? But that's not even all. Because the United States of America don't talk, say they no go great comot Nigeria for CPC, especially as people still they die for inside Nigeria. So say make we just shun that idea of say they won't come on Nigeria for the countries of particular concern list. Say that one indeed they happen at all. So people say, what happens after all the money was spent, the beggings will beg, the lobbies will lobbied, what is going on? That's not even all. There's also rumor or there are rumors that it be like say the lawyers of President Bola Tinubu don't go, or one Tinubu rather, don't go, lobby to make sure say that record where they say they won't release, then just postpone a small, they push up small. That now waiting, the people would always raise this matter now. The article lawyer and lobbyists will be the United States. All of that and more. And Nigerians on the drag Oga Deleke, they drag out. Say, Oga, people vote you. You they go carry certificate of return. Give to President Bola Tinubu where deploy federal might to win your election. They spend all the now your nephew talks that they spend 110 billion naira to use buy votes. And you see the whole federal might people where they bring to use when you for election. You see they go thank them, they thank the president, they carry certificate of return to go give and to thank them. People say, Adeleke follow our hand. Now show people now supposed to thank the presidency. While others are saying that Adeleke is just playing politics. And others too they believe say if they do the deal where be say Keyamo talk about before. Say, after all, agreement is agreement. On which side the day for this matter now? Welcome to Updates with Precious. Another beautiful day to bring on an update of all the things that happen. If you're just joining us for the first time, click on the subscription button, like and share this post. Follow us like a village people. We could go drink small water, drop cup. We will dive straight into the Good evening, Nigeria. Welcome to Updates with Precious. Another beautiful day to bring on an update of all the things that they share for inside our country, Nigeria. Well, yes, another day to bring on a matter them with the share for inside our country. Welcome as you join us. I beg, make sure say you like and share. Follow us like a village people as you join us. I beg. So please like and share this post as you're joining us. Subscribe to this platform as you join us. Most importantly, make sure say you click on the link where I just put up now. That link we just did there now. Click on that link. The link will bring you straight to our YouTube, our WhatsApp, so that you can join us on WhatsApp. For inside WhatsApp, some of the videos that maybe say we no play for here because of YouTube policies and all that. We would update with those videos. And we're going to give an update on when we go live and all that for inside the WhatsApp there. So please click on the link to join the WhatsApp so that you know the things and what we do. But let's go straight to the matter then, because Dr. Cash joins us very soon, and we'll make give a quick update before Dr. Kaj join us for inside the studio. So looking at things, some of the things that happen as a traditional worker inside the papers. Subsidy, serious ignorance in governance and economy. Tinubu don't fire back at Atiku Abubakar. How dare you say you go put back subsidy where will come up? You don't know anything, you're ignorant. It is now election does start to, so expect more of this kind of buzzwords. Meanwhile, Anambra community title holder shot dead. Indigenes suspect ego ship tussle as the reason, but going back to what's going on. Presidency blast Atiku Abubakar over promise to restore fuel subsidy. Meanwhile, Ogun community boys as police allegedly shoot Oro festival celebrants dead. Police shoot Oro festival celebrants dead for inside Ogun State. Okay, now nearly 50 Osun citizens dead or died during the election. We bring Adeleke come power for his second term. Meanwhile, you dey go give President Bola Ahmed Tinubu your this thing, your certificate of return to thank him. Shawore attacks Adeleke over visit to Tinubu. Well, let's move on. 2027, Oshun already in the bag for Tinubu, Bashir Ahmed. So because of say, hey, now wow. So because of say Oshun people vote Adeleke, and then he can go visit the president. Me say all of them now go vote the president. Gosh, who does this thing? But that's what people are saying. 2027 elections, NDC members know they are going to lose. Jibrin, they talk this one. And then 2027 Kwankwaso submit NDC candidates name in 19 northern states FCT to the chairman of the leader of the party, Oga Siraki Dixon. Desperation of the most pitiful kind. APC blast article over fuel subsidy comment. When he make that statement, the pain on that. Well, 2027, step aside, back Peter Obi to remove Tinubu NDC charges Atiku, and would retaliate, won't allow anyone to ridicule Tinubu. Jibrin wants NDC. All right, that is a serious season of buzzwords, and you're going to see more of them. Appoint result-driven leaders to transform petroleum sector. Ben Muri Bros, the man of common sense, and they tell President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Are you saying that the president has not been appointed people with, vision? Are you saying that? Now, subsidy. Okay, let's see. I don't subscribe to Oyinbo Live, Tony Lumelu, and one of the young interns in the Get Wahala there. Boko Haram fighter surrenders with AK-47, 26 rounds in Borno State. Not too late to arrest, prosecute IBB. Shall already talk that one. They are desperados, content creators. Tinubu's aid knocks opposition. Benue Assembly suspends local council chairman over alleged misconduct. And then Anambra community title holder, I told you what happened to him. EFCC arraigned 3 suspects over alleged visa fraud in Ibadan. And then Osun police arrest armed robbery syndicates, recover AK-47 ammunition. Police arraign 5 over over Indian hemp possession in Ikiti State, and 40 feared dead. 40, and they don't fear, say don't die, as boats carrying farmers capsizes in Sokoto State. And this is really very sad. NAPTIP arrests 3 over alleged sale of babies in River State. That baby sale, made the arrest past 3 because people are saying waiting they happen where, especially for this area, they may be say they mention like this. But let's move to other papers. Hey, Osun election. Tinubu played fair, fought for democracy. Adeleke hails President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Adeleke hail him. He said, I play fair, where. A fight for democracy. What did he do? It hard to see people will be say could fit do that kind of thing. That kind of thing. So this one will be say don't talk now. It don't raise controversy. People say, Oga, you say what? You say what after waiting Osun people go through for you. Now they talk like this. You say what? So people die for you, lay down their lives practically so for you. And waiting you go feel pay them back. And to talk all these kind of things where they talk in favor of the APC, well, that's not what the APC people they talk about like this. But some also believe that it's just politics and he's just playing safe. I don't know what side of the divide you may be, but I feel like make I just quickly show you what's in the BC in talk. We make people they complain and they talk. Okay, let's see if I have few footages of that. Make it for FCM. But while we're looking at that, let me just look. Take a deep dive into what's in ABC talk. So, Osun State Governor, that is the governor of Osun State, Ogademola Adeleke. You don't hail President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, especially as EU's conduct the 2026 governorship election for inside Osun State. And he hailed the president like that, especially when Ibise Ingo carry Ingo Asorok to go show the president in a certificate of return. Say, Oga, thank you. You allow me to win. You a fair person. You fair well, you balance well for what you say you do. So now when you go give president this thing, now you talking like that. Now Adeleke was of course re-elected on August 15 when he carried over 500 and something votes. Use one person will carry 400 and something. Where the APC will be in closest rival. Now in win about 19 local government areas out of the 30 local government areas for inside the state. So Adeleke arrived at the State House. Make a look at that picture day where he arrived for State House. Make you see as they go thank our president. That is him there. That for the Siam for your yourself. So Oga Adeleke arrived at the State House. I think around 5:20 p.m. just this evening with the Thursday, and was driven through 4 courts directly to the president's office, where he went to close down with the president. Speaking briefly, the State House correspondent after the meeting with the president, Adeleke said Tinubu deserved commendation for allowing the electoral process to run its course. Now, this particular statement we make, you can see that. Now, this particular statement where you make contradict waiting it be say a nephew talk when he talk say there was nothing they did not do to ensure that the election did not, go fairly. But now, Okadeleke, they talk, say the president tried for making sure the election was fair. Who go come believe now? Okay, now person will the contest now go believe. That's what he talk. Now, according to Adeleke, his visit was primarily to thank Tinubu, whom he described as the father of the nation. Oh, Papa, what did he say? For respecting the democratic process, he said. He said, yeah, that is why I'm here to thank Mr. President, the father of the nation, because he fought for this democracy. This is why he allowed free and fair election. And that is the result. That is why I am here to say thank you to ensure that democracy lives in Nigeria. And so we say, they talk all that thing. So, well, they see now what did they get their closed door meeting, that kind of thing they discuss. And God, they appreciate as he let him win the election. So a lot of people have problem with this, the statement the way he makes. So are you saying that it is not the president's duty in the first place to allow democracy thrive? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that ideally he ought to have interfered with the election process? And people are also asking, dear Governor Adeleke, do you mind asking the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, what happened for that 5 hours when they stopped collation of results? Would you mind getting explanation or seeking explanation concerning that so that we could know what happened? Does it not bother you that you were almost deprived of your victory or robbed of your victory? That's not what people they talk. And then some people they talk say this is not just pure sycophancy. Now waiting people they talk. However, I'm going to listen to waiting about the talk.
You're here to see Mr. President.
Yes.
We can guess is to say thank you.
Yes, yes.
How does that, what does it really mean for you, the support you got and the level playing field that you have mentioned severally?
Yes, that's why I'm here, to thank Mr. President, the father of the nation, because he fought for this democracy. That is why he allowed free and fair election. And that is the result. That is why I'm here to say thank you for making sure that democracy lives in Nigeria. Okay? Thank you very much.
All right. So you heard that from Oga Ademola Adeleke directly, what he said. But let's move on to other issues very quickly before we're joined by Dr. Kach Ononujo in the studio. So Sule commends DSS for arresting 3 suspected kidnappers in Nasarawa State. And then I heard you missed me. Melania Trump jokes about month out of spotlight. Well, US hits Hezbollah with more sanctions, says Iran controls it. Let's see what we missed here. Okay, let's move on to other issues very quickly. 41 dead in Sokoto, boat mishap. I told you this already. Mahmoud calls on churches, mosques to promote peace ahead of the 2027 general elections. And then moving on to other things we do for Inside the News very quickly as we will get time. After deaths of 29 residents, Okay. All right. Let's forget about that. And forest guards that Tinubu appointed to fight terrorists abandon posts. They cry unpaid salaries, hunger, poor weapons in Kwara State and Enugu State. And then question state police welfare promises. This actually an exclusive. Harry Potter has it, and other people get them too. So let me quickly read a bit from it. So, forest guards deployed to some of the forest security, one of the most security challenged communities in Kwara and Enugu states, have abandoned or perhaps threatened to abandon their post, alleging that government have failed to pay their salaries and allowances, provide adequate food, and equip them with weapons, despite deploying them to confront terrorists, bandits, and other armed criminals. Now, the guards who were recruited, trained, and deployed under the state and the federal government backed forest security initiatives told Harry Potters that months of unpaid salaries and allowances, inadequate welfare, and insufficient weapons have left many of them frustrated and struggling to remain in the field. Job we just start to, we never even wash beans. Now, in Kwara State, several forest guards deployed to communities across Kayama, I think Patigi, and Idu local government areas have reportedly left their post and started returning towards their bases. The affected operators said some of them had spent more than 3 months in remote communities without receiving the welfare support they were promised, forcing them to depend on already impoverished residents for food. That is people where they go protect, I need to beg food. I don't know if you understand. Yeah. All right. So in Enugu State, meanwhile, some recently recruited guards allege that they had worked for months without receiving salaries or allowances, with some claiming they had not been paid since November 2025. So that's the issue on ground. I say make I just tell them and sharp sharp. So forest guards who just employ now, don't they complain? Say, oh man, they never give us anything. Oh, okay now. Now, we hear that a U.S. firm suggests Tinubu may have cut deal to escape drug trafficking prosecution as DOJ seeks fresh delay in releasing narcotics records. And I take it quickly on the story. As CPC, United States-based lobbying firm Van Barton Montag, York, has suggested that Bola Tinubu may have struck a deal with the U.S. government to avoid criminal prosecution over long-standing drug trafficking allegations. Now, the firm made the claim as the U.S. Department of Justice reportedly sought additional time in an ongoing legal battle over the release of the records held by the FBI and DEA concerning past investigations linked to one Tinubu. Now, according to the firm, U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro returned to Judge Barry Howell seeking a fresh extension. Remember, said Judge Barry had been given 4 days. He's saying at 10 days. Judge Barry said, you don't need 10 days, take 4 days. That this thing is already long overdue. For 3 years now, don't they do this thing? So take only for 4 days. So if you don't go back, you can go seek for an extension. As the Justice Department and other agencies continue to work on documents and explanations required by the court. Now, the firm said the government indicated that some of the information involved was highly sensitive. I don't understand. Some of the information said they highly sensitive and requested that certain declarations be reviewed through an ex parte order in camera process, which would allow the judge to examine the materials privately. Hey, wetin go there inside the record wey dem go need the judge to examine privately? Wey make the no go fit release them. That now wetin Nigerians only asking questions. Now, reacting to the development, Van Batten Montag York said the reference to sensitive information raised questions about the content of the unreleased records. So, in our opinion, we believe that this may mean that Tinubu was caught and made a deal with the U.S. government, which would explain why funds were seized from his account, but he was not criminally prosecuted. So meaning say the Tinubu way they involved for the matter, say maybe then catch him and then Incon cut a deal with the government to make them come collect the money we use for fit. That for future, but then say the Tinubu for fit. Say now waiting go don't happen. All right. Now the suggestion, however, represents the lobbying firm's interpretation and opinion and has not been established, of course, as a finding by any U.S. court or confirmed by the Justice Department. And the company I post out, just go to Van Batten Montag, you will see them there. Now, the records dispute has been ongoing since now for a while. But this one, people saying I just smooth screen. By the way, as this one they happen, the United States don't insist they not go come on Nigeria name for the countries of particular concern, or get us on a duam, they no go agree come out their name for countries of particular concern. And people are now saying, what is going on? Why are you not removing their name? Well, make I show you what's in the be said and talk. So, efforts by supporters and lobbyists or several lobbyists of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to secure the removal of Nigeria from the United States, from the United States country of particular concern CPC designation, have suffered another setback, as U.S. Congressman Riley Moore insists that the country should remain on the list over continued violence against Christian communities. So Moore made the position known today, Wednesday, in a post on his official X account, while reacting to statements by the U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs concerning a recent deadly attack in Plateau State, Nigeria. So the U.S. lawmaker said Washington could not remove Nigeria from the CPC list while attacks against Christians continue in parts of the country. So say, they're possible. He said, we absolutely cannot. He put that for capital letter at the quotes. He said, we absolutely cannot remove CPC designation from Nigeria while radical Islamic terrorists continue this horrific violence against Christians. According to him, he said, the people where they kill Christians for Nigeria are Muslims, and they be radical Muslims. He also backed the U.S. State Department's demand that the Nigerian government protect Christian communities and hold those responsible for attacks accountable. Why they had to hold them accountable? That's a question we others they ask. Now, Moore said the Nigerian government must meet the commitments to protect innocent Nigerian communities, especially Christian communities, signaling that continued insecurity could remain a major factor in the U.S. decision on Nigeria's CPC status. His comment, of course, followed the statement by the U.S. Bureau of African Affairs condemning an attack in Plateau State, in which I think about more than 24 people were killed or reportedly killed in several attacks, and while several others were missing. So this one, it be like saying a fresh matter, that matter longer, just to make us stop on there. Now, U.S. Justice Department 6 new August 28 deadline, not be 21 now, 28. They won't get that 10 days, they fine. They said the 6 new August 28 deadline to the release a Tinubu linked drop records, files, records, citing highly sensitive information. I don't explain it to you already. Meanwhile, Tinubu took a Abu Dhabi bank loan to repair pressing debts from excessive borrowing as government hides details of asset swap arrangements from Nigerians. And I don't know why these details are no fit. I mean, people got angry when they said somebody respond to Nigeria and say, we cannot explain to you what we did with the money. Well, let me read the story. So the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's federal government took a $5 billion first Abu Dhabi bank loan as part of efforts to refinance pressing and relative expensive existing debts arising from its borrowing programs. Finance Minister and coordinator of the coordinating minister of the economy, Taiwo Yedele, has disclosed. Now, Yedele made this known today, Wednesday, in Abuja, while responding to questions on the government's borrowing plans and the FAB transaction during the presentation of the Nigeria Reform Scorecard. And the federal government secured approval in March 2026 for this 5 billion total. That loan where they say they're very dangerous for Nigerians, and that's loan that they talk about like this. The National Assembly, of course, consent and charge. But they say we don't really need to get explanation on what will carry the money to, no thanks. Why Tinubu spent billions in taxpayers' hard-earned money attempting to suppress scheduled release of his drug trafficking record while Nigerians suffering worsening economic, social security crisis and all that. That US firm, they don't really leave people for leg. Okay. Now, presidency or federal government secretly borrowed 1.25 billion US dollars from World Bank after its locked social media comments and comment section to quench Nigerians' calls for accountability. And then stop campaigning for Tinubu with Muslim ticket. Tell Nigerians what he has done to improve their lives. Northern Islamic cleric wants Islamic or Muslim leaders. And then moving on, 2027 election presents Nigeria with an opportunity to choose a new direction towards prosperity. So now they talk that one. Stop gaslighting Nigerians. Your federal might failed to take on show power, not be say on a given for free. Now lie, he failed. Well, that's what most Nigerians are saying. Tinubu Atiku failed to attend peace accord. I say they failed to attend the peace accord signing because they know they get interest at all for the peace. Well, before we go join Dr. Kat straight inside the studio, make I just show us some footages where they make the round people they complain with. They say they're very worrisome. One, now fuel tank away fall as people they scoop fuel crazy as this is and as dangerous as this is, you just wonder at this time like this, people still they do this kind of thing. You can imagine petroleum products for tank away upturn at this time. Small scratch like this now, everywhere don't stew. Now, roasted human beings, then we could just say. So things like this, people they talk, say, waiting exactly they drive Nigerians to this kind of desperation. And I mean, for people who be say the campaign, as campaigns don't start, people they complain, say, oh, now be smart, from Delta State to Edo State, the people them for Southwest they complain about the horrible condition of the road. But before we get to that level, a young man they describe how expensive things on the
2023 before Tinubu enter power, bag of pure water for motor now 200 naira. 200 naira the same bag of pure water. As Tinubu enter, it can't go 250. From 250, it can't go 300. From 300, now it go 400. Last week, we buy at 400. Today now I won't buy a bag of pure water. Bag of pure water at 500 for motor, not before shops. So some shops will sell 700. Other shops will sell 1,000 for Lekki. And when I go say this Lagos, we know they use tap water they cook. Now pure water will take they cook because of bad water. More than not worry. And when I say may they come back, may they come rule us again. See next time una go use spit and piss till they cook. Una go use spit and piss till they cook before the eye go clear. Are we really asking for too much? Make things cheap. They asking too much.
I beg, God forbid, no be our portion. You know, say Nigerians, everything no be our portion. I beg, God forbid, no be our portion. This kind of hardship we profess. So that Nigerians, Zamfara road blocked by terrorists. That on the road. And people escape from the vehicles. They're saying that. That's exactly what's happening. I just thought to show you a few of those footages. May see what's in the happen for Nigeria. See the wahala, the kata them for inside Nigeria, it never still end. And people are asking that which way Nigeria, when exactly these kind of things then will stop to happen for inside that country. When will be say we will see things happen differently for inside that country. Now, this is not state of the road for some areas for Nigeria. You
people are the most funny government I have seen in my entire life. I thought you people said it's a federal road and nothing can be done. So why did they not bring stone? So they have money for stone. Wait though, but with a few rain now, these stones will be washed off, right? Look at the menace people are causing in Delta State. See stones, so are we in the land of stones? Delta State. Social media boys, people are not saying anything about this. So, social media boys. I am right at Okiti. Ubulokiti, and I am seeing so many stones. Are we in a study generation? So wait, what will this stone do for us now? Because it's not going to fix the menace here. It's not going to fix it. Or the truth, it's not going to fix it.
Right, so
why so many things is going on? That's it. What?
If you not say the work when I give you, you not fit to resign. Resign. The success, see people, just look. Then I don't say to bypass, so see people. You then do coastal road, existing road. Some of us have been here for 6 hours, for 4 hours. For only bypass yourself. Now the traffic now go that side, so.
It's crazy. So you can imagine people traveling. How you won't even travel quickly come back to Nigeria?
Just in fact, the thing
some cars don't even stop.
David, to mind, your children go fit pass this road. Your own children. We care all of you now. Our children go fit pass this road. As we are not sorry for the poor masses, so if we talk to them, they'll say they want to arrest us. Now we want petition. The suffering is too much. Okay, David, to mind. Why do you want to campaign for Tinubu? Why do you want to campaign for Tinubu? Tell me, why do you want to campaign for Tinubu? Now this road, I don't carry my bag for ads now. I don't leave motor when I pay for. I don't carry my bag for.
All right, so let me just leave it there because we don't have time. Joining us in the studio is Dr. Kach Onanuji. Dr. Kach, good evening and thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the studio, sir. Oops, did we just miss Dr. Kach? Dr. Kach, are you there with us? Good evening, sir. Oops. No. Not at the time he just joined us. Now he busy, we'll just get this network problem now. Oh, I don't like that. So
I don't leave motor when I pay for. I don't carry my bag for it. I don't need motor and I pay for make a trade, fine bike. Every time, look people, see.
This guy government, now bad government be that. They don't do that all.
Bad government.
Now bad government.
Wicked people. David Umaru, you know the time for us. If you don't do what, resign.
You don't carry about the girl.
I don't need my motor now. I don't need my motor. I'm not the one to pay you.
Now wow.
I don't need the motor now. The track they go now. Make a check pass. I will not want to tell you. I will go first now. Useless government. Useless government. As I say we don't suffer for it. You know what better for now. Yeah, people. I don't leave the motor for bypass, so my money don't waste. That's right. People don't stay here for 3 days. I pay for transport from Lagos to Efuwari. For bypass or Benin, I don't leave motor. Money waste, everything waste. Now bike I enter now. This bike now, know how much it will charge me. Where do they carry me past the traffic? About 6 kilometers to 7 kilometers traffic. David Umai, this suffer too much. If you don't say the word, where?
Joining us in the studio is Dr. Kach and Dr. Kach, thank you so much for joining us. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good evening and welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. It's always very good to have you and your audience.
Dr. Kach, campaigns have started, especially for the federal elections, and it's heating up. We're seeing a lot of things playing down in northern Nigeria, the burning of Kwankwasia's cap, and then the burning of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Infinity cap and brooms. And then we're seeing what Obioma Umagigi is doing in NDC, in Delta State, as it scattered. And then Tompolo, they're organizing own match too for the president. So it's just raining campaign already. Make I just take your thought briefly on this before we go straight to the Osun State elections, sir.
Well, it's okay. At the beginning of campaign, you could see politicians and their supporters doing anything they want, but just give it time, things will settle.
Okay, sir.
Today we visited Mr. HEI and other member restructuring group. As the campaign starts, we were invited to participate in a citizen for restructuring. And on Monday, at the opening of the event, somebody came from the office of the Attorney General to speak to us at the Nikon Luxury Hotel in Abuja. And the Igbo group was led by Professor Obasiwe, and I was the deputy leader of the Igbo group. And basically, the Yorubas produce a very, very ethno-linguistic, contiguous map, which was very consistent. The Yorubas from province, state were part of the Yorubas from as far as what would you call it, Kwara states, they were also in that map. The Igbo group had all people, right from Ibanke to the Igbos in Benue, the Igbos in the Ndoki people in Akwa Ibom State were also part of the Igbo map. The Ndoki people in Afam, and of course those in Obibo, stretching down to the Igbos in Popo and Boni. I represented Igbos from Diobu, as Diobu was captured in the Willings Commission as an Igbo area. being born in Diogo, grew up in Diogo. It was very interesting. I met people I grew up together with in River State. Some came on the other side. Very interesting was that the Yorubas rejected the Izon map, which sought to claim all area from Achinasi. And the Igbos were also not happy. We rejected the acceptance of the littoral maps in River State, where the Azores were claiming all the littoral spaces of River State. We vehemently rejected that. We said very clearly that the only people in River State who can call themselves not Igbo are only the Ogoni. But we now did that everything, since the things were based on cultural and linguistic similarities. So they gave today.
So these other minority ethnic groups, are they also carried along? And what are they saying? What was their contribution? And then in all that you mentioned, I didn't notice you mentioned the northern extraction because of the diversity.
Yeah,
in
the
north
northern
too.
extraction were heavy. There were people from the Dala district, Rima district. The Fulanis were asking that their areas be named Caliphate area. There were people from the Ala Igala, the Benue district. In all, we had very close to 17. At the beginning, we had 12 districts. By the time we ended, there were 17. People coming from all over the place. Okay, so it was very, very good. Igbos had Igbos in Benue State, local government, Igumale, Agila, Olai, Jigbam, Utokam, Ekile, Uju local government, Umezaka, Uyuzo, Umagara, America, Umezekwe, Opongu local government have Opog, Amudu, Idiri, Obaga, Ubudu, Aga, Ichona, Adi, Tamaka, a lot. It was very extensive what we did, and we decided then to look at also the map, the kind of constitution we wanted. There was one very important clause in it. There was a clause that allowed people to opt out. So I think that clause was put in the 1963 Constitution, but I think it didn't say true, but I think this time it will say true. Such things will prevent people from embracing nepotism, knowing very well that people who want to opt out on the FRG, that's what we call it. It was Federated Regions of Nigeria. That's what we're to call. We have started today, this week. It was quite contentious. When I made my presentation about the River State, some people opposed. They came there claiming they are not Igbo, and we asked them, who are you? Because we realized at the end of slave trade, some people came back from slave trading, repossessed slaves. Well, it was very, very tricky when somebody from the Rivers contingent, which we objected to, they had no right. They said that all of them in the Niger Delta were returned slaves. And we said no. At the end of the slave trade, slaves who came back went back to their areas where they are taken.
Oh dear, Dr. Catch. Okay. All right. So Dr. Catch, I would like to know what was the mandate given to your group?
I do not know why this is going off. It's going off and coming back.
I don't understand. I don't understand why it's going off either. Can you
hear
me, Dr. Catch? I can hear you, but can you hear me? I can hear you very faintly. Can you hear me?
Why is this?
Can you hear me, Dr. Catch?
Can you hear me?
I don't know. It could be poor network. Once the network goes bad, then it shuts off the video.
Let me reconnect.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. All right. Okay. All right. So while Dr. Catch reconnects, let's quickly just follow up with more of those videos of what people are complaining about.
The Allah is Chinese. Get Akma. Don't know where get Akma. Two Akma. Edo is Chinese. When I see Edo to the shine. The governor of the state, he pushed me for us for center of Tar Road. Edo is Chinese. This one is Akbar Road or Akbar Road. Yeah, Edo is shining for Akbar Road. Edo is shining for Akbar Road. Edo is shining. At the record, my brother. Edo is shining. Senator Governor Mode Okwebolo. Yeah, he don't cash out. That's why your business don't come meet for you. Edo is shining. Edo is shining. See our road. See our road. Edo is shining. They don't block her now. Now, me want to see what the governor want to do. Governor come and say, I dare you as a governor. Anything I want to tell me. I try for the state. I do fly over, I block them. May anybody know it? I don't try. I carry company where no get name come, they can't do road. I don't try. I do road, I push with impo. I don't try. Better swimming pool. Now I put for road. That time when Lucky Bined the other, they send a lucky stone until they do road. Ogamona see Okpebolo stone. See Okpebolo stone, I full ground.
All right, so Dr. Catch, can you hear me now?
That's not lucky stone until they do road. See
Yes,
Okpebolo stone.
So I was asking just before we went off, I was asking if this group on restructuring, where on a get now, if they've been given a mandate, and what's on a mandate be? Now President Bola Tinubu set them up, and does it mean that there is a likelihood that is indeed pursuing restructuring of Nigeria? And what's be the body language of the different ethnic groups then concerning this restructuring? A lot of people would like to know and hear all of this from you, sir.
Well, what I can tell at the beginning, it was not called by the government. It was called by the indigenous people of Nigeria, and it was initiated by the Yorubas. But I can tell you at the conference on Monday, and it came from the office of the Attorney General to address us. So that probably told you that the government knows about what's going on. Why you didn't see anybody or whatever. This issue is very touchy and contentious. As we progress, we saw people from different parts of the country. I saw people from all parts of the country. And the most they come. And when Paris, we were told they're not happy.
His own was not present.
The judge didn't come. They claimed that the map which they submitted was rejected by the organizers. The Ijaw map sought to seize all littoral parts of Nigeria from Ajengule down to Bakassi. So you can understand what that meant. The Yorubas rejected it, and because of that, the Ijaw refused to come. So the complaint of us, the Igbo region, including people like me and another gentleman who also is Ikwere, we wrote a letter, we complained that you have to listen to us as Ikwere people. Now that we have achieved the presidency of Ohanaeze being an Ikwere leader, former senators, and them will amount in our repudiation. And that
So Dr. Kachi, your voice is being faint again. Your voice is faint again. I don't understand, what's going on. Your voice is faint again. And it looks like we're losing you again. Sincere apologies. I just hope that we'll stop having all of these issues very soon, especially this period that is close to election, so that we can have at least a hitch-free conversation. Dr. Kachi, can you hear me, sir? Hello, sir. Unfortunately, network has gone bad again. All right, so since I have quite a couple of videos to play to you today, let's get back to some of those videos so you see what they happen. Take a listen.
Look at what is happening live. Look at it.
So this particular village talk say the military officers come, enter the place, burn their, according to them, for Enugu State, I think so, burn their houses. House has been burnt beyond repair. According to them.
How condemn of the house, how destroy the house. All the building has been destroyed.
Dr. Kachi, can you hear me now, sir? Hello, Dr. Kachi. Dr. Kachi, sir. Oh, dear. All right. Dr. Kachi, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, so go ahead.
Discussing this.
I really don't understand. But go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, very well.
Can
Crystal, it's fine. It's fine now. Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
We also saw that the Azon map also drew to include all of Ndoki land on the littoral waterfronts, all of Bakassi, all of Nigeria bordering the ocean. And that was why the Yorubas rejected that Ijo cannot lay claim to Ajegunle, Yoruba land, all Ondo, every part of Nigeria that border the sea. Ijo claimed that is their own. So when the Yorubas rejected that, we now saw that they still allowed the river's waterfront to be claimed by the Ijo, and that was why the Igbos protested. The Igbo group protested and gave a very, very strong minority report rejecting what was going on, and that was the grounds for the convener to come this evening on Arise Television to try to explain. But the problem is, you have to understand, you cannot satisfy those who claim to own all of Nigeria littoral areas. That is not true. And we saw the problem. The Igbo leaders spoke to Abacha during Abacha's time, and that caused Abacha to create Bayelsa State. That achieved a historical correction, as all of the Azon were now moved to Bayelsa State. That has been the reason every single governor of Rivers State since the inception of our current democracy have all been Igbo-speaking people. And that we told the organizers we will not accept. They are putting the Ijo claim on Rivers State. That will not. And that was actually what now ruptured the conference. I have no doubt the Igbo protests will be looked into because the plot, the agreement was that we were going to have an ethno-linguistic creation. If the people are contiguously linguistic, the same language, then that should be. So in principle, the Igbos rejected the communique because the organizers breached the agreed set rules of seeking consent, inclusivity, and consensus. So if you do not reach consensus, as the Igbo protests were not given a fair hearing, the Igbos decided that they will not sign any of the papers reached there. And of course, that becomes a problem. You cannot go forward if such an important body as the Igbo do not agree. So I think that particular renegade group that came to speak on behalf of River State, I think on behalf of River State, are not real, because they did not protest the sealing of the river's waterfronts by the Ijaw people. Igbos believe that Abacha created Bayelsa State, and the Ijaw should be contented going there and not coming to stay along the waterfront rivers people, or the waterfront, as we've seen, that has caused trouble currently in Warri. Blocking the waterfront of other people and insisting you own it is wrong. And I think that's a strategy the Ijaw have adopted, which nobody will accept. They should learn to be comfortable with Bayelsa State and not claiming the waterfront of all of Nigeria from Bakassi down to Ajingole.
All right. So Dr. Catch, So some people will ask, why is this restructuring issue coming up now, especially now that campaigns are on? People would wonder whether na strategy for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to seek more southern support and some part of the middle belt support, or is it that it's something he's actually doing with all sincerity of purpose?
The truth about it is Nigerians have been yearning for restructuring. So when the government has not moved forward, the indigenous people have come together on their own to now start this. It is actually something organized by the indigenous people, since the Nigerian state has been captured by those who insist that they own the state. They don't own the state. A lot of the people who claim to own Nigeria don't own Nigeria. The Fulani are not indigenous to Nigeria. They came to Nigeria during the Ottoman period as slave catchers. And as they came as slave catchers, the British met them here as slave catchers. The fight between Captain Moloney and Sultan Atahiru's people, which led to the killing of Sultan Atahiru in Gombe, was because after the declaration of Emancipation Proclamation, the people in Africa were still doing slave trade. And so the British government came to Nigeria to enforce the Emancipation Proclamation. That was a quarrel that led to the killing of Sultan Atahiru, even though after that, the British still selected the Fulani as agents to help them watch over the Hausa in what we called in history as indirect rule. As the slavery continued, Captain Moloney called Mekasua in Kefi and gave him a warning. After they went back, Mekasua ended up killing Captain Moloney, and that was why the British pursued Mekasua to Kano, caught him and hung him on the stake. It's the same thing about the Benin Puntive expedition. The British Army tried to tell them to stop the slave trading. Same thing with the Arrow. Same thing with all others who were doing slave trade. The British government came after the Berlin Conference to enforce the giving of the area known as Nigeria to them, for them to come and organize. But when the African tribes refused to obey a law made thousands of miles away in Great Britain, that those laws made in Britain cannot be enforced or regarded as the local laws for the Africans. And that was what led to the Royal Navy enforcement of the law stopping slavery. and that led to the fight. The Anglo-Arab War was also based on that. The war with the Benin, which culminated in the Puntive expedition, was also based on that. If they tell you to stop the slave trading and you refuse, the next, they will come by force, fight your people, kill whoever the leaders are, seize the land, and enforce the stoppage of slave trading. We think, we know after that, the other people that stopped it, the new trade that we saw, as history told us in the East, became the trade in palm oil. And that was how King Jaja rose. That was how my great-grandfather, Akwato, followed King Jaja as he came to Nkwera Namibo to carry people to go and establish Opopo. That was how my family became part of River State, because we've been there since the starting of the oil trade in Opopo. The other people who came to Opopo were the Nkoro people who came from the Bibio side. Today they speak the language known as the Faki in Opopo, whereas the Igbos who came from Amigbo and Nkwere speak Igbo language, just like you hear Governor Sim Fubara does. So Opopo was created as a consequence of the disagreements within the ruling houses of Boni. And when that happened, Jaja, whose real name is Uzurumba, Opono Uzurumba Mbanaso, and he came from Umudroha. His mother came from Umokorofo, Umuchoke, and so he took people from Botamibo and Nkwere to come and establish Opopo. And that was how families like mine migrated to River State. And my father was born there, my grandfather was born there, and I was born also in Diobo. I was actually asked by some people who were challenging how I became a Riversman, and I told them this story. And that's how I was born at number 60 Hedehama Street, my two Diobo of Ojoto. And that's, they accepted that because the Willings Commission asserted and agreed that Diobo was an Igbo area, and so it was, and I was born there.
Okay, Dr. Catch. Again, our people would like to know this whole restructuring thing that just started now. Do you think it would have any impact in the general election, especially because of sin and waiting people don't they clamor for? So you feel like say it will change the strategy of the election?
It is, my answer is yes. If people think that the government is serious, those who are for restructuring are probably likely to embrace the government. And those not for restructuring might now tell you they want to vote against the government. It will also force the political parties to state their stance on the issue of restructuring. Because what we have is a Nigeria created by the soldiers. And there's been a lot of fraud in the creation of that Nigeria. They have sought to stamp the authority of people who came, like the Fulani. The Fulanis are not indigenous to Nigeria, and that's why you see them trying to create what I call settler colonialism, and using that settler colonialism to counsel the rights of the indigenous people. Just as you've seen, no Hausa man is emir anywhere in Hausa land. That is wrong. But in what the restructuring conference did, Hausas came from everywhere, and they were negotiating for their own. The Fulanis even came asking to be given.
But would the Fulanis like that? That's another problem. Would that not also be, bring some trouble for the APC come 2023 election?
Listen, the Fulani and what they want is what they want. Nigeria is made up of very diverse people. So the wishes of just one group that don't have population and rules the other people by force, and today are engaged in a jihad, which you can refer to as a slow motion war. in which they have been killing a lot of the indigenous people. These are the reasons the indigenous people do not want such things again by the Fulani. If the indigenous people can come together like this, I don't think the Fulani killings of indigenous people will continue. You can see Buhari telling Fulanis to come from all over the world into Nigeria without visa, and they arrive here. But then when they arrive here, the problem of where do they stay becomes an issue. And that's why you see them now invent this ethnic cleansings as a strategy to seize land of indigenous people, kill them if possible. Those who are not killed and are headed into internal displaced persons camp, IDP camps. That is wrong. And we have been complaining that the government has been complacent. They've not done anything to stop these things. It took the Americans coming here for us to actually give some sigh of relief. Because the government, even when they were confronted, the government lied completely that these are clashes between indigenous communities. It's not true. In Benue State, Benue is 98% Christian state. It has Catholics there and members of the NKST Church. The NKST stands for Nengu Christi, Al Sudan Hintif. That's an old church that's been very dominant here in the north, alongside the SIM. The SIM, the Sudanese Interior Mission, gave birth to the Equa Church. And the biggest tribe in the north after the Hausas happen to be the Gbagi. They are members of the SIM. Remember, the largest tribe in the Equa Church. But the Gbagis are split into about 6 different states in the Federal Capital Territory. The Gbagi own Abuja, the Gbagi own Suleja, the Gbagi own Mena, the Gbagi own Zaria, the Gbagi own Briningwari, the Gbagi own Kaduna. But the Gbagi has no state of their own. The same way the Ndoki are split. Ndokis are there in Afam. Ndokis are there in Obigo. Ndokis are there in Owakem. Ndokis are there in Azumini. You spread them into 3 different states, that's a problem. And suddenly from the conference report, we were told some people are now claiming Ndoki land, going everywhere Ndoki people live along the littoral waterfronts. This was repeated in other parts of the country, and that was what the Yoruba organizers of the conference said no to the zone, and the zone now refused to come to the conference. So we now complain, the Igbo group, why have the organizers allowed the zone to block the littoral fronts of River State after Abacha has created a state for the zone in Bayelsa State? What are they looking for again in Rivers? They don't have numbers in Rivers. What you see call themselves is in Rivers are people who are going back to live along the littoral states. That was why Governor Nyesom Wike cleaned up all the waterside people due to insecurity along Ilo Abuchi, Nanka waterside, Emenike waterside, all that down to Abonima Wharf. All that is being cleared so that the people do not live there, come to attack themselves on the waterfronts and start to use that to make trouble and then lay a claim that they own the areas of the town. They don't own it. It's the same problem that you have in Wari. They come stay on the waterside and then they start fighting against both the Urobo and the Shekri. We don't want that in River State. Igbos have stated they don't want that in River State. So why should that be? Anything you do to undermine the prayer of Rivers people to join with their other brothers, since we're trying to create this ethnic-based regions that have linguistic consistency and very, very contiguous borders. Once an ethnicity has contiguous geographies where you can see the linguistic consistency, create for them an ethno-linguistic area. That's what we're saying. So if it is okay for the Yorubas, it should also be okay for the Igbos. And since the Igbos have now started making peace with their brothers in River State to the extent of achieving an Igbo man as the Ohanese President General, anything you do against that will amount to a repudiation of the Ohanese President General. And that was why we complained. I was there as a representative of Igbos in Rivers State, as I came from Diobo, and that was accepted. I was asked questions, and I said it clearly who I was, where I was born in Diobo, how my family came to Rivers State over 300 years ago, and how generations before me were born in Rivers State, and I was born in Diobo, and so I'm a Rivers man. Because on the other side, people who also came as what we call a renegade group, who were working to even have Rivers State blocked, who never complained about that, are also people that are some of the people I have grown together with, people I've known for up to 40 years of my life, growing up in Diobo, in Port Harcourt, because the Willings Commission accepted Diobo to be part of Rivers State and an Igbo area. We also asked them, what is the historical name of Port Harcourt? They couldn't even say it. They couldn't say Iguacha because Iguacha is the historical name of Port Harcourt. Iguacha means white heaven. Igwe in Igbo is heaven. Because of whenever you see the clouds form, it's always white, probably because of a mixture with the water. And that's the name we're calling Port Harcourt, Iguacha, before Port Harcourt was now renamed in 1913 in a move to honor Lord Vernon Harcourt, who at that time was the Secretary of the Colonies in the British government. So that's what happened. When the Igbos gave their protest, they protested that they are not happy if the Yorubas agreed to create for themselves, an ethno-linguistic area that is linguistically contiguous. Why shouldn't the Igbos have the same thing? Because that's what every other person are doing. And that was why the Igbo protest came on. And we complained how the Izon are harassing Ndoki communities, because Ndoki are Igbos who live on the waterfront. How they are also harassing anybody they see.
All right,
and that's
sir.
what we said. We need to be given the same thing the Yorubas got.
All right, sir. Okay, so let's get straight to the election preparation because things don't start. The Osun State election hold on Saturday, and I know that Nigerians cannot wait to get your response or reaction as to what happened for inside of the Osun State election. Some they talk say the Osun State election don't renew the hope where people get say somehow it possible to defeat APC, while others they talk say it is the president that allowed him to win. Without the president's permission, they wouldn't have won. And others are wondering that if the president actually wanted Osun State to win, over 29 people died for Osun State. Why would 29 people die? In fact, some people are saying it's 50 that died. Why 50 people would die for an election where an agreement already there on ground? What was the essence of people dying? Those blood, they just waste them for nothing. And I would like me you react to that first, then before we look at other things we surround that election, sir.
I want people well. The APC tried, sent about 16 governors or 17 governors.
17 governors we heard.
17 governors spent over 110 billion. But the Osun State people showed Nigerians what it should be. Even those who collected money still voted according to their conscience.
Did they show Nigerians what it should be, or it was just because the president wanted Osun State Governor Adeleke to win?
No.
Because that's what they're saying. You see, remember Festus Keyamo said, deal is deal, agreement is agreement.
Forget those people. They simply listen. Thieves are never successful in all operations. Thieves are never successful. So when a thief wants to go and steal, and then the people are very vigilant, and the system won't allow them get successful, they can't come and say it is because their leader said that they shouldn't steal. Don't lie. Thieves are thieves. They intended to go and hijack the state. But the people of the state were very, very strong. They stood their ground. You saw the videos where they were even challenging soldiers, challenging policemen, and defending their results. That's the way you win. If the president has insisted that come what may, he will seize it, who knows? The Americans may have spoken. Don't forget, the Americans are not very happy. Davido raised his voice and said, and that simply meant the international community were now watching what was going on. And that was the reason why they allowed the votes to count. And the Accord Party won. The president couldn't have said to want to give the state away. It's not true. The APC tried their luck, spend their money, spend their energy, but the people spoke louder than the APC. And because of the external vigilance and interest in what was going on, the ruling party understood that if they push their luck too hard, too harshly, that could become the beginning of the end. So nobody will tell you the president what? Of course, every president wants his party to win. And of course, from everything that the APC did, arrested people, seized Osun State local government funds, even blocked Osun State government funds, and there was uproar for that now to be unblocked. So you cannot say that the APC didn't want to win. Of course they want to win. Today they've announced that they're going to. How can anybody say such a thing? They've announced today that they're putting their lawyers together. They will go to court to challenge the Accord Party victory. Of course they wanted to win. But the people stood their grounds and defeated them. It's also wrong for governors to leave their states and go and put pressure on another state on an off-season election. You saw all the statements from Monday Pueblo of those states. Can you imagine that? Of course, you also had the statement from Nyesom Wike. As if
yes, I was going to call your attention to that because you know that's true. That's what probably has been happening. You know, the Edo State incidents. And, you know, he said the president no serious. And maybe that's why Adeleke has to be grateful.
What he's telling you is very simple. He said the president wanted rough tactics. He thinks that he himself is a gorilla. He can go there and steal easily. It's not true. If he could steal easily, why didn't he win his own ward? Why didn't he win his local government during the presidential election? He did not. He was defeated by the Labour Party in Rivers State because of Buhari's.
But the result of the election went in his favor. That's the thing.
No.
The
cancellations. Listen, the cancellations and the stealing of the ballots is what you say they accepted, and they got the judiciary compromise, and that went. How did they end up? They ended up fighting among themselves. As I'm telling you, some of the people who connived with them to steal the 2023 elections today are in prison. People like El-Rufai, people like Malami. So it's like when armed robbers gather to go and steal, they now start fighting themselves when they start sharing the loot. It's never good to be boasting. I can rig the election. I will rig it. If the president wanted, I will have rigged it. What kind of nonsense talk is it?
But what do you think would have happened if indeed the result was announced the other way around? What do you think would have happened?
Well,
exactly
I
the result would be we came in top. What is it for happen? Because we said he would do it and nothing will happen. Heaven will not fall.
You might have seen something similar to the Western regional crisis. Don't forget.
Are you speaking about Operation Waitier?
Yes. Don't forget that the Nigerian Civil War started as a consequence of our mismanagement of Operation Waitier. It was that mismanagement of the Western regional crisis that culminated into events that led to the Civil War. So nobody wants to repeat history in such a deadly place twice. Class who think if they had gone there, they would have been able to do what 17 governors cannot do. That's reckless. Very irresponsible statement, telling you if they really wanted to steal the thing, they could have sent me. I'm a stronger thief. I'm a big leader. What would you do than the will of the people? Tell me, what will a man from River State do in Osun State that will be more than the will of the people? Is he going to vote? No.
But that same thing happened in Edo State, and people were saying that it was not the will of the people, but it happened. While others were saying
Edo State is not Osun State. In Osun State, you were testing two families, their delegates and Tinubu's family. Don't forget, the field marshal in that particular Osun State for the ADC, for the APC, was Tinubu's cousin, Minister Oyetola.
Go ahead, sir.
Oyetola was told to go, don't run for governorship, you will be disgraced. Their delegates are very popular. And the results show that the delegates are popular. So if their delegates have defeated these people 2 times in a row, something is really, really strong about that family. So they have money. They are the most popular family in Osun State. And you can see, those who advised Mr. Oyetola not to run were correct. Their delegates will defeat him. Their delegates now defeated his proxy. So don't be asking when a criminal say, if they wanted to steal it, they will have sent me. I'm a stronger thief. I will have stolen it. You can't steal nothing.
Sir,
you can only steal and go free if the people are willing to let you do that. The country is changing, my dear. Nigeria is changing. And whoever does not know that the country is changing may pay for it with his life. Mark my word. Nigeria is changing.
So what do you think will be Davido's role for inside that Osun State election? And how he thinks that role will Davido play, they critical to shaping the mindset of the youths ahead of the 2027 election? Do you think he made any impact in shaping the mindset of the youths for the 2027 election when they come up? Especially because on the last election before the general election.
The youths have now seen that if they are vigilant and they are well organized, they can win. The youths have seen it now. If they are vigilant, they organize themselves very well, they can actually succeed in bringing in a new Nigeria. And that's where we are. I support what has State. I seek the youth from other parts of Nigeria should make sure that your vote counts. Don't expect court. Some plan of going to court. Don't keep quiet when a thief is trying to steal something from you. You say you go to court and claim it. Don't do that. Stop the thief. Right if they're trying to steal your votes. Stop them as they seek to rig and chase you away. So that when you are declared winner, let the thieves be the ones that go to court. And I think Nigerian youth are learning. I told you the other time, we will not go to court for the 2027 elections. We will stay in the booth and make our votes count. It's Osun State. The strategy devised in Osun State can be replicated in other parts of the country. I congratulate the people of Osun State, and I want to tell the ruling party, do not set Nigeria ablaze by rigging every election. It is not the best for the country. It doesn't augur well for our international image.
So, Dr. Kache, you think say this thing will happen for Osun State could feel replicate across the states? Now, the National States governor made a statement yesterday. He talks about why people are excited about what happened in Osun State. They should know that thing that is states waiting in BC, they show the power of an incumbent governor, meaning APC gets almost all the governors of the states. So make we not underestimate the power of those incumbent governors. So do you think that this Osun template can be replicated? Remember, I said the Osun template not very different from the Congosia templates. So do you think it can be replicated in 2027 across Nigeria? And if it does, you think say INEC go ahead and announce the right winner, especially when we get 3 to 4 leg horse race, And if they no announce the right winner, waiting it is a go happen for Nigeria. I mean, because Nigerians can really do nothing.
Nasarawa state governor knows he didn't win the last election. He has to understand.
Sir?
The Nasarawa state governor knows very well that he is in the same party incumbent governor. Yes, he lost the last election.
Hey.
We know. So he lost it. The last election was won by David Umbudabu. And all of them gathered there. Don't forget, once elections become progressively free and fair, we will start to see what it is. Rigging will not be the story about Nigerian elections forever. Everything that has a beginning always has an end. The Nasarawa state is a different issue. The people will vote. What happened in Osun state is the people voted. You can be incumbent and you still lose if the people don't want you. Talking about incumbent and then the people vote against your party, what can you do? And the people are willing to defend their vote. You have nothing to do. The best you can do is respect the will of the people and allow the results to stand. Let people who are not popular start making noise. The will of the people is the most important thing in this business.
But did they respect the will of the people in 2023? And what did the people do? That now waiting people they talk. According to people who claim they don't respect the will.
The people were because about equity. After 8 years of the presidential pendulum being in the north, it was now time for the presidential pendulum to come to the south. When Atiku Abubakar insisted he would not respect zoning, which he started to fight for in 2013, the opposition became divided. A divided opposition simply meant the ruling party could lie, and because the opposition are divided, they cannot fight together. Because a house against itself falls.
So we still have a divided opposition in 2027. Sir, we still have a divided opposition in 2027. Does it mean that 2023 will they replicated?
We pray that the opposition are able to get their acts together. The division is as a consequence of some Muslims are wanting Christians to be part of the Nigerian presidential experience. Our country is a secular country. If a Muslim rules, allow the Christians to also rule. But we had a band of intolerant Muslims under Buhari who now said they will do Muslim ticket. You can see where the Muslim ticket has landed us. It's the same Muslims in the north that started fighting Tinubu's government. It's the same Muslims like Erufai who were champions of Muslim ticket that are now center. Muslims also like Malami, who was Ira, that facing the courts as the government is using a law he wrote and forced Buhari to sign to prosecute him. These people do not tell us the motive behind it. You want to country, you want to undermine the Christians, and you think you'll be free. You can see where Erufai is today. You can see where Malami is today. So let's keep going forward. And that intelligent people realize that nation building means a respect for society's diversity. If you nationality diversity, you could end up paying the price like Malami and Erufai.
All right, so welcome everyone. Welcome HP. Welcome. Hello, PH, HP. Hello.
Hello, everyone. Precious. Good evening.
Yes, please. So PH, make I let you come first. You joined the house earlier. So let me let you shoot. Go ahead. I have lots of other questions to ask Dr. Kaj, but I can't keep us waiting here because I know that some of you may perhaps ask those questions too. So go ahead, please, and welcome. Good evening. PH, are you there? Brother PH. Okay, so hello, go ahead if PH is not available.
Yeah, Dr. Kaj, good evening. Nice to have you here again. Thank you for all your analysis, and I agree with so far what you said, because even me myself have made that suggestion in the past as well. So, my question is this here. My main concern now, which has been bothering me, is regarding this Osun election. And leading up to the election, I think a report by the police saying up to 30 to 40 people died leading up to the election. So I understand the people are happy, the Osun people are happy here, the election has been won. But the governor did not, I have not seen the governor, or let me put it this way, instead of the governor to acknowledge those people first, or say something regarding that, he did not. Rather, on his first press conference, he was endorsing the same person that has set fire in his state, saying that he is endorsing that person, bringing that tribe inside that is a Yoruba person. He will support the person. You've not acknowledged these people that lost their life, that even make it possible for you to get this victory. Nothing has been said, or we've not heard anything that will set up a panel to investigate or to check or to go visit their families to see what they can do for the families. None of those things has been talked. I've not heard anything since then. Rather, they're all going back and forth, back and forth. So if you can elaborate on that, please, if you can help us say something on that, and make us understand this kind of politics that is destroying the nation now, please. And I even understand that he even went to see the same person today who wanted to take the state, or the person that was even coming for his head. So please, I don't understand this kind of politics. Please, if you can elaborate, please.
Okay, I think what he was doing was very simple. He was selfishly thinking about the money, the Osun State money that's seized by the president. He thinks the way he can get the president to release the local government funds that belong to Osun State, which the president has seized. It was all part of the strategies to weaken him. Seize the money accruable to local governments in Osun State, and then arrest the people. That wasn't enough. He went on to block, using the EFCC, the accounts of Osun State in certain banks. Now got the uproar for which Tinubu now withdrew. Those things were actions perpetrated by Tinubu's cousin, Mitola. But that also shows you how very these things, that after the governor won with the support of the people, he was busy there praising Tinubu, thanking him. All those things were not the election. He was doing all that thing as he came to Abuja today to meet Tinubu, to beg him to release the local government funds. If not, a normal governor will curse out those who spent more than 100 billion to try to take him out, who killed people, as you correctly said now, in order to get him out, who arrested up to 54 senior citizens of Osun State, brought them to Abuja, took some to Kefi prison, to Kuchibet prison, just to intimidate the state. A lot happened that we've not yet been discussing. But the governor was doing all that to soften Tinubu's mind, to beg him to release the local government funds seized by Tinubu's administration. That's what I understand him to be doing. It's not that he is happy with Tinubu, no. He's just pretentiously trying to make you get angry with him. Now that the election is over, please, senior brother, release the Osun State money that you have caused to be blocked. That is why he's doing all that.
Okay, but my question is still, But even though you're doing that, why have you not acknowledge those people that lost their life leading up to the election? Why has he not acknowledged that, or visit the families, or say something about it, or let the people seeing him doing something about this whole thing?
I want you to believe, take that from me, those things are being done by the stakeholders, by the men. It's not everything that you will. You know, once you're there, start looking at the people, talking about them, you will see cuss at the president and his people and his party, because they are responsible for violence. So he doesn't want such, escalation of the tension between him, his family, his state, and Tinubu's administration. He just for him to be a pacifist, beg the man, so okay, sir, thank you. You didn't kill anybody in this election. Thank you, didn't kill me. But that is not true. You saw police report saying that those who shot at the governor's convoy in the past 48 hours were shooting to kill Davido. That means as they lost the election, they are not happy. And that was why they said today that they are preparing to go to court to challenge the governor's victory. They are not happy. So because of that tension, because of that very heavy bad blood, he thinks that the way to react to it in his own wisdom is not to challenge or to curse at those who have done this, but to try to be conciliatory towards the president. That's exactly why he's taking this kind of, I will call it, in the mind of some people, they say it is stupid posture. Some other people have cursed him out. Some have abused him. Some have admonished him. Some have said worse things that me and you can talk. But that is Nigeria for you. Those are the consequences of state capture. Where you slap somebody, the person you slap, you say, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You're still slapping him, say, thank you, sir. Sir, you're a good man. Your hands are nice. You're still slapping him. But instead of him to say, okay, why are you slapping me? He say, thank you, sir. Sir, you're a good man. That tells you how very afraid people are. That tells you what our country has become. That's not normal. That is not normal. It is worse than you can see openly. Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are very frightened about Tinubu and his party and his government. The APC are not behaving like a regular political party. They seem to forget that the people they are dealing with are Nigerians. But that doesn't say that every governor, every APC person is this ruthless and emotional, bad in the way that we have seen. Some of them are very good gentlemen. It is the action of the very few people that gives APC its very bad name amongst Nigerians. Take that from me. All of them are not bad people. There are a lot of very nice persons in APC. There are even those in APC who are even afraid of the things that Tinubu does against them. They can't talk. He's total everything. He's the party, he's the state, he's the country, he's the government. That's why you see those around him, like Minister Yotela, could brutalize the people of Osun State to the extent of doing what you're now saying, killing people. And they've not. Can you imagine Father Unsi, Senator, telling people to kill this?
And he repeated it on the election day. The same thing happened on the election day. Until now, he's not behind bars. He's not questioned. I mean, is that not too dangerous? That's what I'm asking. Is that a hallmark of an election that was indeed fair and fair?
Nothing has happened to him. These are the consequences of state capture.
Is it not the reason why Wike said the result, the president can take it and nothing will happen? Is that not the same reason?
No, but what they're trying to tell you, among thieves, there are criminals who know that the law can catch them and they have problems. There are also thieves who think we can even shoot the police and nothing will happen. That's why you're hearing that. We can shoot the police, take the thing, nothing will happen. That's how it is. That's why I tell you, it is not everybody in the APC that are this devilish. Some are gentle. Of course, some are mean, dirty, and just unspeakable in terms of comparison to other human beings. And can you imagine telling people to kill other human beings, people that you are supposed to be representing in Abuja? You're telling people to kill them. You don't care if anything will happen. And actually, the man walks about free. That tells you how low we have gotten as a people of one country.
Thank you, Dr. Kacha. HP, hello, is that all the question from
No,
you?
I still have one. Let me just finish with the other one now. Let me sorry.
Help me hurry up now.
I know. Dr. Kach, sorry again. I come across a news again today. IBB was saying that compared to this current administration, that he is a saint. Either he is a saint compared to this current administration.
That is not true. IBB is no saint. He is the cause of a lot of our problem.
Okay.
The decrees he wrote are what is causing today's crisis. What do you think? IBB is actually the biggest evil we have had as a president. That's why I look with scorn at those who say they are celebrating him. Who told him that he's a saint? He's no saint. What you're having today in Nigeria are consequences of his misdeed. When you set such laws, it was IBB trying to Islamize the country. It was IBB taking us to OIC. It was IBB that stopped respecting our secular nature. It's him. So he was no good. He's no good. Don't talk about him, please. Just ignore him. He wants to take what? He's not the... look, he was just bad. He was worse than Tinubu even. Don't mind those things he talks about.
Thank you, Dr. Kach. Thank you very much.
Dr. Kach, concerning what in IBB talk, in terms of taking money from government, people talk, say even the democratic dispensation, don't be like, say, they even thief past the military regime. Do you not think that that's the angle he's speaking to?
Do I not feel like what?
That he's speaking about the corruption, especially stealing of public funds for the democratic dispensation versus that from the military regime.
It is not true. Do you know how much the military stole? There are no records of what they stole in the military era. There are no records of what they did in the military era. Nobody dared probe them. Did anybody probe the military? It's the civilians that were probing. Yes, he's right. But then in the issue of rampant corruption, this corruption are consequences of stage that he set. Babangida cannot be exonerated from our problems. You know, because they say government is a continuum. Who stayed more longer than none of the military stayed as long as he did. He stayed. He didn't want to go. He was ultimately disgraced out of office because he didn't want to go. He kept giving one timetable, changing the timetable. Please don't talk about Babangida. Forget him. I don't want to make comparisons. It's just that we are right now down. The country is no good. Babangida cannot exonerate himself from where we are today. He is part of the devils that plotted where Nigeria is today. So he should not even talk. He should hide his head in shame. I don't want to talk about them. The money they stole, this military, did anybody probe them? Nobody did. So there's no basis for comparison, please.
All right, thank you, sir. PH, please, can you go ahead with your questions? Hello, please, I may have to keep you aside briefly so that others can come in and ask questions.
Okay.
PH, can you hear me? Go ahead, please. Go straight on.
Good morning, Dr. Kach.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, fellow panelists.
Thank you.
Dr. Kach, I want to start from Adeleke's visit to the president.
Yeah, please, for your phone.
Adeleke is a disgrace to the Osho people.
No, sir.
I can't hear this.
No, Precious.
He said he cannot hear you. Dr. Kach, can you hear him now?
Dr. Kach, can you hear me?
It's raining. The rain is causing me
issue. Can you speak again? Let me hear you.
Sorry for that. I said Adeleke is a disgrace to the Oshu people
You said
for for him to go to the Aso Rock and thank the president for safe campaign and safe election.
it's so bad.
When he should be celebrating his people. When he should be celebrating Oshu people for their efforts, for what they did for him.
So PA, just hang in there a little bit. Dr. Katz, can you hear me? Can you hear me talking?
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Okay, so PH, can you help me increase your voice so that he can hear you? He said it's raining where he is, so it's difficult.
Can you hear me, Dr. Katz? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Increase your volume, please.
Yeah, I've done that.
Please, just be a bit more audible, please, so he can hear you. Go ahead.
I said Adeleke is a big disgrace to the Oshu people for all the efforts the people did to secure his mandate.
Governor Adeleke is popular with Oshun people, and that's the reason why Oshun people voted for him again.
For him to go and thank the president for peaceful election.
Was a popularity contest between the Tinubu's family and the Adeleke family. And of course, the people chose to go with Adeleke's family. So
Dr. Katz, he is saying that according to him and his words, that Adeleke is a disgrace to Oshun people for choosing to stand by Tinubu as against the Oshun people who voted
people that died for him.
That people died for him and he refused to stand by them.
It is wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong to see it from that perspective. I think Adeleke, you can say, is playing politics. But that politics is a politics that is, yes, might be tactical from his own perspectives and calculations. But
Dr. Katz, I call that selfish. It's being selfish to the other people.
Listen to me. He is playing politics that in my consideration, is insensitive to the thoughts of those who stood by him. But he's just a selfish politics. He's playing that selfish politics for Tinubu to look towards him with kindness and release the money Tinubu has seized, which belong to local government councils of Osun State. But yes, you're right. What he did is condemnable. But I now tell you, it's as a consequence of the state capture. For a governor whose state was brutalized by Tinubu and his party people, to now turn around, singing Tinubu praises, and doing the dobale for Tinubu.
For people that attempt to kill you. He escaped 3 days ago for being killed. And he still went back to go and thank you.
Well, listen, if you were in Adeleke's shoes, it may be a different issue. It is easy for me and you to talk. But we're not in his shoes. The people, when they are suffering, what he's suffering from is what they call Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome could come to anybody. Now you're seeing it affecting a governor. But you need to ask yourself, what are the psychological problems that leads people to embrace Stockholm syndrome? Suddenly you start loving your tormentors. That's what it is. There's no way you can say anything different. Tinubu is a tormentor, a bully, a man who had demonized and brutalized the people of Osun State and the governor. Yet, the governor is here embracing him. What does it make for human beings to suddenly embrace the Stockholm syndrome? That's what we must ask. It's not an easy thing. You don't just cut him off. No. There are reasons why a man suddenly starts suffering from Stockholm syndrome. So you can say the governor suffers from Stockholm syndrome. Well, if you want to find out why, go and check what are the psychological shifts in a normal human membrane that a human being could start suffering from Stockholm syndrome.
All right, Dr. Katz.
Is that all from you?
I think I will I will shield for now, but it's not off. But I'll just allow others to speak for now. Yeah.
Because I need
Yeah.
to take you out
All right.
briefly and let
All
you know
right.
something.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. So let's go ahead with you, Mr. Amy or Miss Amy. I don't know who that person is. Amy, welcome.
Thank you very much. Good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning. Good to hear a lady's voice. Welcome.
Okay, this is my first time here. I really don't
Yay.
know much about politics, though I am a Nigerian and I live in Nigeria.
Awesome.
Um, I know what went down at Osun State. I know that the election was not peaceful and all of that. And I also was thinking about what PH said. Like
Mm.
when I saw when Adeleke went to Aso, I was not happy about it. I felt like the people that made you sit on that seat the second time won't feel good about what you've done. You've not acknowledged them the way you're supposed to. But just like Doctor said, well, what do we know? What do we do? Nothing. We just have to keep watching. So I think that's my little contribution because the question I wanted to ask has already been answered. And also, I also want you to know that I am the single mother that you asked to come with our son to the show
Oh my
today.
goodness. Awesome. Good. Okay, I'll book. Please send me a message in the WhatsApp number where you got this link from. Okay.
Okay.
Send me a message. There's a WhatsApp number on the pinned post where you got. There are two WhatsApp numbers. Any of them, send
Okay.
me a message there, and then so that I can book a date for you to join us here, and then we can, raise funds for your son to go to school. He has to go to the university.
Thank you
Okay,
so very
whether
much. I
he has nail
appreciate
fund
it.
or not, somehow I will seek for the help of some Nigerians so that we can afford your son's education.
Thank you. God bless you. I'll do
I'm not
just
saying
that.
that we've done it already, but I want to just
No,
believe that people around here can do something. I will
I
contribute personally,
understand.
and I hope that others will too. But we'll have to, get details of how much the school fees is and all of those
Yeah.
situations. By the
I'll
grace of
send
God,
everything to you on WhatsApp.
fantastic. He got admission to study medicine, right? Medicine.
He wanted to study medicine, but the cutoff mark, and he did not get the admission to study medicine. So he
Okay,
decided that instead of him, he has stayed at home for 2 years. He went for nursing. They gave him admission for nursing.
fantastic. Well, nursing is a great course, and I'm sure he'll do well. Please just contact me,
Yeah.
all right, on the DM. Let's talk.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you. It's okay. All the
Yeah.
best. Well done. Thank you for joining
Yeah.
us here. And please pay attention to Nigerian politics. It's very important because that's what shapes your life. I'm not gonna need they run from politics. On a go run finish when they vote them
I
enter.
will.
On a go they suffer. It's not good though. Please also promise us that you tell people around you to pay attention to politics because that's what shapes our lives. Thank you so much. Ike, let's have you join us. Welcome, Ike.
All right, Sister Precious, good evening.
Sir,
Or good morning. In fact, you don't
good.
enter morning.
Anyone will
Doc-
you greet me, I go answer you
Dr.
back.
Koch, good morning or good evening wherever you
Good
are.
morning. Good morning. Good
Yes,
morning.
yes, I know I didn't join from the beginning, but there's a statement the last person made that I actually wanted to go a little further on. You know when Obasanjo did this same thing to Tinubu when he was in Lagos. So there are some people that told him, "Oh, don't fight federal government. You will lose. You will lose. You will lose." There are some people that told him that. But the only reason why Tinubu was able to survive that thing was because the people were behind him, because he actually won election. That's the difference between
Eh.
Fubara, and
Which
Tinubu.
election? 2020, 2003 or
No, no,
1999?
no, no, no. Being governor in Lagos State.
And that's what I'm saying now. Is it the 1999 that brought him into power or the 2003 where he was running wrong? Remember, there
The,
was a
the
Funshaw Williams somewhere around there at some point.
Yes, the first one, it was at that time that these local government issues came up.
Mm-hmm.
So he was able to survive it because the people were behind him. Fubara couldn't survive it because the people did not elect him. I can say it anywhere. Now, Adeleke won the election One, it is not rigging. The people were behind him. They gave him that position with their blood. That position, he won it on the blood of Osho people. For him to discard all of those things and went straight to Aso Rock to go and Dobale, it is the biggest disappointment I will ever expect him. I'm not saying he should curse the president. I'm not saying he should fight the president, but he is supposed to stay back in Osho and look out for his people before going to that Aso Rock. It is not, you only go to show somebody something that he gave you. The president didn't give him the position. So all of these things that the president is doing, saying, all of his boys coming around to say anywhere to say, oh, because the president allowed it. No, the president cannot win or lose in this. He cannot win when the party loses and win again when his party lost and everybody is giving glory to the president. No, it wasn't the president. The president did everything possible to take that position. The chairman of APC came out and said, this is a do or die affair, that they must win. Hope Uzodinma said the same thing. All of the people that went there went with the whole federal might to win that election. The only thing that got Adeleke into this position is the people of Osun State. So for him to leave the people that brought him to this position to go and thank the people, I don't care whatever politics. I don't care. He survived without the local government fund. There is no reason for him to take that certificate and start going to Aso Rock. His people will hate him forever for this. So if he thinks playing into the hands of the few people or loving his oppressor is going to help him in these 4 years, I pity him. Because when they suck him in, they will not deal with him. The only people that he cannot lose with is the people of Osun. He should stay close to the people of Osun and not to his oppressors. So I am disappointed. There is no explanation to it. He has survived without the local government fund. He can still survive without it going forward. He should not fight the president, but at the same time, he should not suck up to the president. Because the president actually wanted to take him out. The president wanted to take him out. So that he succeeded and he was not taken out, let him not give the president the credit. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Ka, did you want to react to that? I know you reacted to something similar already.
What he said, it is true. He's very, very correct. The president wanted to take him out. You know, it's like you going to thank somebody who aimed a bullet at you, but you dodged it. And you go sit to thank him. It's simply as I told you, he's very afraid of the things that the president can do. He has seen how devilish the president is.
Yeah?
It's not going to praise the president, going to beg him to please stop the attacks against him.
Chai.
Release the money that you have. That's all he's doing. He's going to beg President to please stop the attacks against him and people of Osun State. Whether you like it or not, if you're not in the shoes of such a person with a devilish government like we have now, targeting you, bombarding you, using all the instruments of state to undermine you and your state, you have to choose either to try to go and beg the man to please stop as he's doing, or you say you fight him. Our system is very, very dirty. He could destroy you, destroy your state. Let him refund back the money. But it is good that we learn that even though Governor Jackson, Adeleke, is a Yoruba man, look at the way they are treating him. So that's why if you see Tinubu deal with other people mercilessly due to nepotism, this is his way. If he can do this to somebody from his own state, his mother's state, the state of his father, then you can understand that
that is fire on the mountain. Nobody's safe in Nigeria. No one is safe.
You know, as you talk now, it don't sound like the video, because the video had said that what the ruling party did in Osun State, say to say they managed conquer Osun State, the Nigeria would have been gone. What do what do you understand by that statement when you make, sir? Maybe if you help
I agree with you.
The politicians.
You know, the good thing about this, when I saw the video calling the interest, seeking the notice of the US government, I told myself, I said, so people who feel bad know that when it starts to rain, it touches all roofs. When the thing happens from Buhari to the Igbos and you keep quiet, now the thing has come to your own state, a Yoruba man. Why would you keep quiet? Everybody raise their voice. I was every day on every TV program. Hey, did you know that they got me last week on morning show on TVC, Tinubu's TV station, and I was there hammering Minister Oyetola. They were trying to. I said no, it is him, because I have the full information. I know what's going on. There's nothing you do that people will not reveal. So I told myself, I said, for over 30 minutes, I was on TVC, blaming Otedola, lambasting Otedola, abusing him, calling him out.
Oyetola.
Oyetola.
That is the Minister of Blue Economy that they said is our president's cousin. So what did he do now? He's innocent. He's just a minister,
He is
sir.
the person responsible for all the devilish thing in Osun State. He is the leader of the party in Osun State. He is the person that Jackson Adeleke defeated. So he has not forgiven Governor Adeleke. Look, Mr. Oyetola was just evil, and we have all seen it from the things he did in this last election. So for me, look at him, look at Father Hunsi, that senator, telling people to kill his own people, because they happen to be in a different political party. If an elder statesman can do such, don't you understand that things have gone wrong? If the man can tell people to go and kill Accord Party members, that's the reason why the governor is very afraid. A lot of what he sees, he can't explain. So he's so overwhelmed that he's now suffering the Stockholm syndrome. And we need to take this thing seriously, not start to blame him. What will make a man start thanking somebody who killed his mother? Something is wrong. Nigerians may not know how much people suffer in the hands of present leaders. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how bad it is that those we expect to work to protect us are the ones who are now giving public instructions to people? Kill them. Kill this. Senator Fadensi was taught, he didn't know he was on camera. Now he realizes it was recorded. He is now very, very sorry for his position. But then the country belongs to all of us. And we will continue to be our brother's keeper if we seek this country to be better. Because you see, when they were doing the same thing to Igbos, voter suppression, all of them kept quiet. Now they have brought it back to Yoruba land. And you can see how very intimidated, blackmailed a governor is, to the extent he is thanking those who killed people in his state, who sought to take away his governorship, who had no respect for the rights of other Nigerians. Well, we're talking about Mr. Oyetola in Osun State. This kind of nonsense gets replicated across the country. It's very sad and very, very unacceptable.
Thank you. Thank you. Comparable Facts, good evening and welcome. Let's have you join the conversation.
Yeah, great impressions and great in Dr. Catch,
Good evening to you. Welcome.
Such a brilliant mind, that we have today. It's always pleasure for me to join you today. I give you a kudos for what you do for Nigeria and the way you speak eloquently. So let me start with some narrative. Then I will ask you. I have a couple of questions, that will come after that. In reference to what we are talking, I think somebody made a comment earlier that Adeleke should have done what Tinubu did. It's not the same thing. Moreover, you have Obasanjo at that particular time. In my own opinion, he may have been a strong man or whatever. And I look at Tinubu as being a very diabolical. So you are playing with two devils. Yeah, to a different degree. Tinubu is a real devil. I'm not really putting to the Obasanjo as a devil, but he was a strong man. So that's the way I look at him. And moreover, Lagos State, Osun State can never survive if he decided to pull or do what. And if I'm wrong, you let me know. Osun State can never survive. They are just what you call it, a civil service state. They don't have that much IGR, to balance them. They depend on the state allocation. So Lagos State is different. I mean, they have the resources and everything. So that was how what's his name was able to do what he did. At that particular, I'm talking about Tinubu. So he could have done it because Lagos State, is the cradle of Nigerian. When it comes to IGI and money and everything, so he can do that. So it's not the same thing to balance. I mean, to equal what Tinubu did at that particular time for a delegate to do that. But having said that, I still find what he's doing very outrageous, insidious in my own opinion. I can understand Nigerian politics. You want to car to the president and everything. You play the politics. Maybe most governors play, even the governors in the south, they are playing the same politics, say they're going to support Tinubu. So it's just a Nigerian politics, It's not that I have no issue with that, but it's just a sorry situation where we find ourselves. Because I don't really see all this sycophancy, anything like it's a democracy, because there's no separation of power between the state and the federal. So that's where we are right now. But when he made that comment, and like everybody have said, they kill your people and something like that, you go the ballot for him. I don't have any issue, but the one I took an offense with, Dr. Kachi, was when he made that comment that I'm supporting Tinubu because he's a Yoruba man, he's a Southwest man. I mean, that tell you that this man, like Showore said, the man has nothing up there. You shouldn't have made that comment, in my opinion. What are you saying? What are you telling the the future generation, or even at all the present generation about tribalism? The differences we have. You are now a man of your own caliber coming to perpetuate that bigotry and tribalism. Why not just stop? Said I want to support Tinubu. It's not that I agree with that, but that was the biggest, issue I have with that statement. He's played tribalism to the highest level, that whether he's playing it or not, but just saying it as a man of your own caliber, I have an issue with that. So having said that, all this nonsense people are talking about, they have an agreement or something. I don't think they have an agreement. In my own opinion, I think what happened was the vote was so overwhelming, they couldn't ring it. That's exactly what happened in Lagos State. When Obi won Lagos State, the vote was so overwhelming. Maybe they ring some to my own, to my own understanding. I don't have any empirical fact to back it, but I know they did pull some vote back, but it was just overwhelming. Lagos State voted for voted for Obi overwhelmingly, so they can only ring it so far. So this is exactly what happened in Osun State. If this can be, replicate in the national, people protect their vote through a parallel vote, make sure what was at the collection, what was at the polling booth, what was voted there, and the collection said that they match. That is the only way, Nigeria can be able to change the trajectory, because Tinubu is what I call a mafia. All this nonsense about he's a brilliant mind or whatever. He's a brilliant man. Look at the dodgy people, people like Pablo Escobar. I'm not really calling him that, okay? But they have a brilliant mind when it comes to dubious thing. So, but anyway, let me
Who
stop there
you
because
call a big?
Precious about to come to me. So let me stop there before Precious get on me.
I beg go.
Yeah. So
Olumide,
anyway,
you're
my
welcome,
question.
my brother.
I don't stop now, Precious. I respect
Now, when
you.
she make me just answer you sharp, sharp, like see my ear, yes.
Hello.
Okay. So
Hello,
my question
Precious.
is. So let me ask my question, Dr. Kachi.
All right, so ask your question. Let me then give
Yeah,
second.
I've been hearing about Dixon. Some whatever is flying out there that that you know, whatever he's doing right now, he's supporting Tinubu. How do you see the road, Dixon? I know this is his party that he's forming. Do you really believe that he has buy into this NDC? That's one question. Then my last question is this: this socio-cultural group that is being, you know, that you say you have the meeting and everything. Why wasn't it based on geopolitical? You know, why was it based on tribe? You know, different tribal. I mean, I don't understand that. Thank you, sir.
What are you talking about? What is based on tribe? What socio-cultural group? Please explain.
The meeting, the one you attended, you know, about reposition of, you know, of Nigeria. I've forgotten the word to use. You know, why was it based on?
What it was, what I would tell you is, we were invited, and I was contacted. I was actually in the East when I was contacted. I was in Port Harcourt when I was called. I didn't understand it fully. It was when I came to Lake Abuja. The day I was to come to Abuja was on that day when there was industrial action by the workers of Air Peace. So the next day, out of frustration, I bought a value jet ticket and started coming. So by the time I came here, I started nosing around, trying to understand what was going on. And before you knew it, they nominated me. They said I will be deputy leader of the Igbo people. And I asked myself, I said, my age. There were people there, professors. And I told myself, why was I being nominated? I don't actually know what it is. But after the emissary from the office of the Attorney General of the country spoke, I began to understand.
Is this one for tomorrow?
This could be something that the government approves, but the government doesn't want to front it. That was why it got respectable Yoruba leaders to be in front of it. I looked at it and I asked them, I said,
if you can mute yourself, let me keep you aside until it's your turn.
What is the basis of this thing? And I found out that the Yorubas had already drawn a map, which was based on an linguistic, their own linguistic, contiguous borders. So everywhere Yorubas were, and they were near to each other, the map drew all of them in. That was when I myself understood what was going on. So when I was asked to speak, I said, good, I didn't understand, but I've seen the map from the Yorubas, and they have drawn a consistently ethno-linguistic map that was very contiguous. And that's why I said, if that is what the Yorubas have drawn up, they are the ones calling the meeting, then that is also what is good for the Igbos. So the Igbo leaders who knew about it had already had meetings. And luckily for the Igbos, they have made peace with their brothers in Rivers State, to the extent that an Ikwere man from Rivers is currently the President General of Ohanes and Igbo. And the Igbos were being led by Professor Obasigwe, and I was deputy leader of the Igbos. And I saw people who were older than me. I saw a lot of professors, yet I was put ahead. So as the days progressed, I was learning. I saw the Igala people. I saw those from Lower Benue. And then I started to understand they were to create new regions for Nigeria based on that ethno-linguistic contingency, just the way it is in Europe. If you go to Poland, you meet Poles. You go to Germany, you go meet Germans. If you go to France, you go meet French people. Even in the United Kingdom, England is for English people. The Irish have Ireland. And even the Welsh people have Wales. The Scots have Scotland. So that's what has brought peace in Europe. And that was why the organizers thought that also will bring peace in Nigeria. We now got to the Igbo area where the British and the Nigerian government, through the Civil War, sought to de-Igbonize the Igbos within the rivers. And I told them that the Igbos, being the largest tribe in the Niger Delta, that the Niger Delta is not a tribal area. It is a geographical area consisting of people who live within the deltaic tributaries of the Niger River. And that's why the Igbo group included Ndoke in Akwa Ibom, Ndoke in Abia, Ndoke in River State. It included the Ikweres. It included the Ebanke people in Ugbo in Edo State. It included the Igbos of Delta North that Senator Ned Nwoko wanted to bring in. And that was, so it made sense to me. Even when the Igala people came, it was primarily Igala people. But it is also allowed for agreeing ethnicities who are contiguous to each other to come together. If you think you might not survive alone, there's nothing wrong with you joining. So I looked and we said in River State, the only group in River State who have nothing to do with the Igbo are the Ogoni. The Ogonis are the only people who you could say, yes, they were settled in Bonny at the end of the slave trade. And as the Royal Navy was implementing the Emancipation Proclamation, anybody who bought new slaves and you cannot escape with them from the Gulf of Guinea, they just kept them in Bonny. And when the numbers got too heavy, the Bonny authorities asked them to leave, and they left and came to where they are today. Other returning slaves, like the Yorubas who came from Sierra Leone, were the people who now settled in Lagos, who are called Saros. They live in Campos. They live in places like Sangros. They are also in Moloni. That's what the people you see bearing names like Badebo Rhodes, Williams. Those are returning Yorubas. So they were also returning slaves to Igbo land, who mostly now came to Calabar and then the other Niger Delta areas. Some now came in to what you now call all those Niger Delta areas, but we know who they are. We understand that a lot of these people have names. Just if you go into the Calabar areas, you will see that a lot of these families who were also Igbos changed their names. Like Tam David West family is Osuagu. The original family name of the Briggs family is Okorie. The original family name of Asari Dokobos family is Edi Abali. And Asari is Igbo's name. His Igbo's name is Usodema. He said that on TV. The family name of Alaba Graham Douglas people is Ibeneme. The original family name of the Marshall Harry people is Wokoma. So if you go to Bonny, you will also see the original name of these families, and they're all over the place. So even those who converted their names to the names of English boat captains, most of these are of Igbo stock, because in Africa, the 5 tribes that were taken into slavery were...
Thank you, Dr. Kachi. I already heard about all this you said before.
Let me finish, please. In Africa, 5 tribes that were taken into slavery were the Bakongo, the Igbo, the Yoruba, the Akan, and the Mandinka. So we know who these people are. Since it is end and we need to now reconstruct our country, there is a need for us to embrace honesty, tell ourselves the truth. No great society runs away from their history. You embrace your history, correct the flaws, and you move on. And this is who we are. So we think it is time that we embrace the truth about our history, correct the flaws, and we move on. I'm not ashamed that my family was involved in slave trade. That is what brought my family to River State. That is the truth. So I'm not going to shy away from my past. I will admit it, correct the flaws, and move on. I would not lie about it. That no. My people, they were actually involved. Yes, we dealt with the Arab Confederacy. We were part of those people committing those sins. But I'm not going to live my life running away from the past because my forefathers did something very dirty and very wrong. No, I will come clean. I will confess those sins, correct the problems, and move on. And that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying
Thank you, Dr. Catch. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Catch. All right, so Olumide, where are you? Let me bring Olumide back to ask this question. Olumide, go ahead, please. Your mic was on. And
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Hello.
Go ahead, Olumide. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello.
Olumide, we can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Well, I don't know why we can't hear you. Olumide, can you hear us? Okay, I think he's trying to rejoin.
Olumide can't hear you.
Olumide, can you hear us now?
Hello.
Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can.
Go ahead and ask your question, please.
Okay. Good evening, Precious. Good evening, fellow panelists.
Good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Dr. Catch. Thank you for your unbiased, evidence-based contribution and an analysis to the show. I can never thank you enough. And I wish that the majority of Nigerians will do the same. Can I have his liberty right down? I killed liberty for the guy.
No, it's a different. I still haven't got the label for it. So,
What's a feeling? It should be in feeling.
it's in a fill.
Hello. So I want to thank you for everything you do, Dr. Catch, for your unbiased. And I want to appeal to the people supporting Obi, particularly the people from the Edo axis. I call them the hype men of Edo axis, whatever platform they are on. HM is one of them. He spoke briefly, he left. And then the other guy who spoke after HM too. Those are you can tell they are idolites from their accent and the way they talk, they're hype men. That's their stock in trade. Please, you are doing Obi a disservice. You are not helping him by continuing to talk about this Adeleke issue. Just leave Adeleke. The election is done and gone. It's just one state. It's done, it's won it. I don't know what's in the pain now. She now because now Okpebolo, who that one concern? Now open the eyes where Okpebolo enter. Now that's your freaking business. You know? And then it's like you guys are just, you have to post-print the label. I printed it, you have to post-print it. So you guys should just leave Osun State and move on. He has told you, those who have sense, those who are smart, you know, you don't follow the herd. Those who follow the herd, at the end of the day, you will end up falling into the river, drowning. That's what you do. That's what you guys did in those states. You were all confused with your Benin Empire that is not even bigger than my daddy's backyard. You call yourself Benin Empire. We no big past my papa backyard there.
Now respect people's culture. Now don't start see. Can find trouble.
You know, these guys upset me, you know. They upset me. You know, they cause so much trouble, they talk, they yarn, they can't even defend their own votes in their own states. You understand? And they are not ashamed of themselves. Instead of them to applaud what Adeleke did. He won an election free and fair. Yes, thanks to the people of Osun State who stood by him. Thanks to his nephew, who also was a large part of his campaign, you know. But instead of you applauding that, the fact that he went to Tinubu to beg, we all know how that place is run. That the presidential powers in that country, the kind of powers he has. If this guy decides not to give him his monthly allocation for one stupid reason, based on legal reason or any technical ground,
In fact, they're
he can
already
do
going to
that.
court. The APC is going to court over this election, just to let you know. They
You
are saying
understand?
that they are considering
They
going
can,
to court. And if they do, people are saying that you know the court system already.
but we know that they're just chasing shadows in that regard because I mean INEC will be a party to this, so they will have to produce the results, the sheets, the BVM, the I mean they're just chasing shadows. Whoever is advising them, they are chasing shadows. If they want to go and do mago there, they are wasting their time. But we should look for a way. Every state, we don't run a true federal system. In a true federal, we saw what happened in the United States. HM, you stay in the United States. You saw how Trump tried to influence the governor of Georgia to overturn the election results that the Democrats won. When Biden won the election before he came back again, and the guy refused. They did a recount, Biden won, and they wanted him to still overturn it, but he refused. That is true federalism in motion. We don't have true federalism here. You saw how all the 36 state governors told and endorsed the president, even years before the elections. You understand? And then you are coming, you are talking, you are criticizing him for what? Go and focus on the campaign has started. I don't want to come here and start to pick holes, because if I start to pick holes and throw stones, it will hit Peter Obi's campaign. I'm telling you, it will hit his campaign, but I don't want to do that. You guys should better just leave Osun State and focus on your own, where they pay me now. Go and look for ways to defend your votes in every state. I mean, Davido will come and defend all the 36 states. Is he going to replicate himself? Stop all this madness and all this childish. You were the same one. And I was watching the clip that Precious caught on his YouTube this afternoon. You are the same one saying that Tinubu sold it out to Adeleke. It was a deliberate effort to make him win. And yet you are the same one saying that that he went to thank him in Aso Rock. I mean, you are making contradictory statements here. What is wrong with them? You're saying that the people of Osho vote for him. So which one should we believe? Is it that the people of Osho vote for him, or Tinubu sold it to him? Which one should we believe? Please, just focus on let's focus on issues right now. I'm supporting Obi for this election. I know it's going to be winning the election is one thing. The changes that we want him to make is going to be even tougher. And I know Dr. Katri understands that. You guys don't seem to understand that at all. You think Nigeria is America? You think Nigeria is Canada? Even the young man Davido was saying when they were pressing him, "Are you going to come to politics?" The young man was saying, "Lie, for what is I have seen." And then you are hearing that the attempt on his life, that it was him they were trying to target to kill him, get him out of the way for his involvement in the election from the police investigations. We don't know how true that is. Please, just focus on your individual state's election and focus. I was talking about how I can claim, how we Ogun State people can claim Ogun State back the way Ocean people did it. We have been subdued in Ogun State. We don't. I mean, those guys have subdued us. There's no way for the people. There's no way for the people to emancipate themselves. And then you are coming here. You guys are going on there, spending time bashing Adeleke for nothing, instead of celebrating what he has achieved and what the people of Oshun. He has 4 years. Come and judge him on what he will do for the next 4 years with the people of Oshun's resources and allocation. That's what we want to see. If you like, let him go and dobale for Tinubu 100 times. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, Dr. Kash.
Thank you, Lumide. Dr. Kash, do you need to react to that? So we'll just let it sleep.
Well, it is what I've been saying. Let it lie. Everybody has his own way of reacting to things. I've said this before. If you are accusing the man of suffering from Stockholm syndrome, let him be. It's his strategy. He wants peace. He doesn't need an escalation. That's why he's just trying to make peace, because he knows what he has suffered. So everybody has their own way. It's like a man and a woman. When they have quarrel, men have different ways of getting back on friendly terms with their women. The thing that you use in situating a woman is your mouth. Some men know how to beg. Some are too proud to beg. Even if what you don't know, you will not do. But just be polite and kind enough to say it. It may be difficult to do it when it comes to doing. Don't worry. The man is smart, he's sweet, he's begging. All those, oh, you're a good man, I'll vote for you. He's begging. He wants the money given back to him so he can use it to work. Stop pushing him, stop insulting him. Every man has the reasons why they are weak. Nigeria, for God's sake, is under state capture. So the man knows what he has suffered, and he knows why he's going this way. And that's why I beg people, leave him, let him be. Every madman has a method to his own madness. Let the governor be. He has done this thing. He has won his state. People have voted for him. The next thing, the tools he needs to work for the people. The money Tinubu holds by blocking the local government money. He is applying his own strategy in trying to get that money back. Leave him alone. Don't judge him. He's not the same as you. Nigeria is not normal. You people don't understand the power of the incumbency. It can't be somebody like Tinubu. I beg you. Let us allow Governor Adeleke to be. He has gone through a lot. I don't think it is good.
All right, so Dr. Kaj, there's a particular question that was thrown at you concerning an accusation around Siriake Dixon. I think it was a comparable fact that asked that question. Is there a problem? Is there something going on with the NDC and Siriake Dixon?
I have said it before on this, but I have said before on this particular platform, the suspicions and the bad mouthing of Senator Siriake Dixon is in bad taste. It's unfair. Allow him. Everybody have their own way of surviving the Nigerian hell. Senator Dixon means well. He took his energy to register a party.
Are you saying he hasn't sold out, like people are accusing him that he sold out?
Sold out to who?
That's what people have been saying.
Sold out to who now? What kind of story is this? People come and sow doubt in the minds where there are no doubt. One thing I hate is people acting based on perception. Allow actions to be the guide. Sold out to who? And we've discussed this before 2 months ago on this thing. People like this is that, leave him alone. Senator Dixon means well. I know him. He's my personal friend. I've known him for a very long time. Look, he's an honorable man. So I don't understand the source of all these speculations, the reasons for all this bad talk. The man we should be grateful to for providing a platform for Peter Obi and Kwankwaso. What do you want him to do? Kill himself for you? Nigerians now what for now? Now they give trouble too much. Allow the NDC to be, please. Please. Dixon is human. He's not perfect. There might be one or two things you don't like about him, but he's a gentleman. He's a nice guy. I have said that before on this program. People should stop bad-mouthing people who mean well. I beg you. Nigeria belongs to all of us. Nobody should think he is the angel and every other person the devil. For crying out loud, Governor Dixon is a gentleman. He's an honorable person. And it's a man that I trust. So I don't understand the basis for all these suspicious talks. Well, I don't know. Now, what for now? To make person kill himself, making drink, because not go satisfy. Nigeria, they behave like our village people. Now, what for now?
Thank you for the profound response. Thank you for the profound response. I hope this sinks so that everybody can rest.
I've never seen this kind of people before. Nigeria, what would somebody do to situate and make you people happy? A man have registered a party. Remember, Before, Peter couldn't even stay in a party without war. Labour Party, World War. The other one, World War. Now he has come to a place where he can breathe and they are moving. What is your own again? You are suspecting Dixon of what? I beg you. Let us be specific. What has Senator Dixon done? Did he take anybody's wife? No. Is he dragging land with anybody? No. So what is all this unfounded speculations about Senator Dixon? What is it for? Nigeria, they make person fear. You've not seen your problem, Buhari and Tinubu. No, that Dixon being a problem. You guys are wonderful. I beg you now, go and find other problems to solve. Senator Dixon is a very honorable person. I have ultimate confidence in him. I know him. I've worked with the man. I've known the man since from the foundation days of the Zone National Congress. He's an honorable person, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Catch, for, throwing your voice on that, because it's very important. People will understand what's in the going. And I hope that that's all. Ike, Ulumide, hello. I hope there's no more question. Is there something else you want to say very quickly before we release Dr. Catch?
Just a minute. Dr. Catch, once again, thank you, especially for this last statement. See, APC will throw so many things. We just started, though. They will throw so many propagandas to divide us. It's almost like when you throw a bone among dogs and they will be fighting and you will be laughing somewhere. They will throw so many more things to divide us. And sometimes they will use names of those that look like obedient. Maybe they will write that person's name and put obedient and use it to show some of these things. Before you know what is happening, people have started fighting. And all of this is to divide us. Let's be focused. This election is winnable. The only side I'm worried is declaring it. But if it is winning it, this election is winnable. And another side that I'm scared of, Dr. Catch, please, is for P2B to be a bit more conscious of his environment. Sometimes when I see people mill around him and so on, he's a man of the people, but this country has shown that they can be trusted. The people that mill around him, one or two people can infiltrate and harm him. If anything happens to him, all of these efforts we are making will go to naught. Let him be a bit more circumspect. Let him be a bit more careful about throwing himself to the public. We can't afford to have him harmed. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very
Now,
much.
Dr. Catch, that being said, considering that the G100 may not work out, that means we'll have another solid three-leg, race again. I mean, with the addition of the Donald Duke somewhere in the corner too. So that means this election is going to be much more competitive than that of 2023. Do you still think that P2B stands, has a good chance to win the election?
There are
Above
two candidates going
President
into the election.
Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar.
President Tinubu and P2B are the people going to election. Leave Atiku. Atiku is just a spoiler. Atiku is a spoiler and you should not pay any heed to him. Ignore him, please. P2B is the candidate that we have for the election. President Tinubu is the incumbent. Forget Atiku. Atiku is just playing.
I have a question, Dr. Catch.
Yes.
So I believe that so my question is one, is the Peter Obi presidential campaign team ready for, now that the campaign has started, are they ready to start full-blown
was
campaign?
ready a year ago. Those supporting him are ready a year ago.
And I believe that one critical tool or strategy they will also need is, are they ready in that regard to have campaign surrogates in every state, 36 states of the Federation, who can directly speak to the people on his behalf in places, especially in places where he can reach, what he has for them. And I think this is very important.
What I will tell you is that P2B has been campaigning for more than 2 years. The idea we have done is to let P2B speak to the people, not surrogates. Surrogates do not tell the people the story they want to hear. When they hear from Peter, they believe him. That's one thing we have done since 2022. The other issue we have employed is what I call the ethnic penetration. That's what we've done. It was through ethnic penetration that we went to different localities in the north to tell them that you cannot trust a Fulani candidate in the midst of a slow motion war being levied by the Fulani militias against the rest of the country. And people understand that. As we go back into election, I will re-echo that with the people that we've been talking to. Don't forget what we did in only 8 months to election. Today, we have bigger and more people willing to act as surrogates for our campaign. I can tell you to be rest assured, you see more. Peter is the man to beat. Peter is a candidate everybody knows won the last election. Peter Obi is still available now. Now I can tell you something. We have had good arrangements. We have reassured our international partners that we'll be able to run a good country. And everybody is interested internationally in Nigeria. That's why you're seeing what's going on is going on. Of course, you know here about the US judge asking that the Tinubu papers be unveiled in 4 days. Even Tinubu people are begging for 10 days. So a lot is going on. A lot is going on. The United States, the government and the society are interested in Nigeria. The attempt to delist Nigeria from the list of countries of particular concern failed.
Yes, they just mentioned it today that they're not willing, that it doesn't look like they're not willing to get Nigeria off that list because of the continued
Of course. That tells you that as a country of particular concern, the United States government zooms in and has strong focus here. And that was what the video played into. It reminded the country that this particular country of particular concern, look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing. The Muslim ticket is trying to undermine a Christian governor by all means and without going through the proper legal process. And the world took notice. Tinubu backed that off. That's what it is. The Muslim ticket. You want to undermine Governor Adeleke being a Christian. So the world is taking notice of those things. Christians are being persecuted all over the country. Look at what has happened to the Gbagi, the largest pool of Christians in northern Nigeria, damaged or scattered in 6 different states. Look at what happened also to the second largest pool of Christian community in northern Nigeria, the TV. They have been attacked by Muslim Fulanis. There is nowhere Christians are safe across the country. We know that. So you cannot understand what they do to the largest pool of Christians in West Africa, the Igbos. See what the Muslims have been doing to them. So all these people being targeted are Christian communities. And the world is taking Nigeria as a country of particular concern. We are now beginning to calibrate the messages in the way that the international community understands. There is a war against Christians in Nigeria by Muslims. Nigeria still to tomorrow morning stands as a Christian majority country. But you heard the words from that Islamic cleric, Sheikh Jingir. So you people shouldn't be looking at the thing from the tribal perspective. There is a war on. There is a religious war on against Christians in Nigeria, and we should not shy away from the truth of the characters of this war. We should take them seriously. That's what's going on. And I will seek to remind the world as we go on with the campaign.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Kaj. So you said that the election is between President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Atiku and Peter Obi, and you think Peter Obi has good chance of winning the election from your calculation?
Peter Obi will win again. Peter Obi won in 2023. Peter Obi will win again. You hear me? He will win again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope that's all from everyone. Thank you, PH. Hello, Ulumide and
Thank
IK.
you all for
Pleasure.
having me.
Dr. Catch, is always a
I'm happy
pleasure.
to be here with you.
So we really
Dr.
need to
Katz,
talk.
please, before you leave, please, can I ask a question, please?
Oh, please. Oh.
There's something on the news today about Aisha Yusuf that PO asked the leadership of the NDC to add her to the signature of the account, and it was declined. Is that true?
I have not heard about it. If I hear about it, I will ask questions and I'll try to understand it. I have not heard about it.
It was on the news today. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Catch. It's always a pleasure to see you. Hopefully you and I will speak tomorrow at the backyard. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you join us here, sir. Thank you, sir. God bless you. All right, to the rest of the Nigerians, I'd like to say a big thank you to you for always being here and always joining us as we discuss our country. And campaign don't start. You support Atiku, you support Tinubu, you support Peter Bio. It is time for you to show working, because the election may surprise a lot of people. It may not be business as usual. So go and canvass support for your candidate. And please, not talk say because you're there abroad, you don't do anything. If you're there abroad, you can galvanize people with your resources and they will do the work for you. So please, if you cannot come, put your money to work. Because remember, truly, Nigeria is the only country you have to call your own. So not take the country for granted. And I hope with this few words, we can all get into action, swing into action, and begin to do the needful. We don't have time anymore. We need to, you can get from your local government, from your village, something as small as your compound in your village, you can just send some money to sensitize people on the need to vote and stand and defend their vote. That should be the cry. Let everybody understand. Vote. Stay there till your vote is defended. Stay there, stay there, stay there. Follow your vote. Let people know that. Nigerians, not be saying Nigerians no sabi to act. Now make the need to act. They need to be educated because they don't know. The level of number of people will be say get information like me and you, no plenty. So it is our duty to inform those that don't have access to information like we do. And I hope with this few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and charge you to do the right thing. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you. I love you guys and appreciate you. In all of this, remember to protect your mental health, because if you worry about Nigeria, if you run you crazy. So please,
Precious.
Sir, I am closing show, please.
I know. Please don't forget that lady, please. Yeah,
No. I won't forget her.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Good night, guys, and God bless you. Protect your mental health very importantly. Like and share this post.